Hi, parents. I'm Lori Best, and I am either your student's math teacher or I could be their computer science teacher, depending on what they have with me. And I wanted to just take a short moment to show you some things that could be resources for you as well as for your student, and just ways to help find information that you need and anything that can help you out as a parent support your child. So, first things first, let's take a look here at our middle school website. What we're trying to do as teachers this year is really try to migrate all of our information into Schoology. But I did want you to see a few things that I still maintain on my website. So if you go ahead, like parents or students, I think I often show the students to go in under the student part. And if you look down here, there's a link for the staff directory. You can go there and then find me, Lori Best. So I'm on that first screen, so you don't have to go too far. Okay, and there's a direct link to email me, of course, but here the little globe is my web page. So I wanted you to be able to know that this is here, and here are some of the nice things about this. This first section under courses, I have both a computer science and a pre-algebra section here. And if you click on either one, I just want you to see that for computer science, there's a little video about code. If your student forgets how to sign in or whatever, here's the link for that. The resources and the codes to either join it on code.org, the class, or on Schoology. All right. Also, I have my math information here as well with a little link to the online textbook, give you some information, and then those are the codes for joining the Schoology class. I will tell you this, though, that we've gotten the kids all signed up and into Schoology, so that shouldn't be an issue. But this next section on student resources is really the one I wanted you to see, because if you just hover over it, it gives you all these things that are direct links to things we either might use in class or websites and tools that they may use more frequently. So what I want to do, first of all, if you actually click on it, here's a helpful thing. When you click on it, and then get your mouse out of the way, I tried to come up with a way to kind of compile all this different ways and how we log into different things we use. We've tried to standardize as much as we can, but just so that in case they've forgotten how to sign in and they didn't save their password, here's information for Infinite Campus, for Schoology, for their Hastings Apps account. Their online textbook for math has a different format because we couldn't control that. So read through exactly how that works in case we assign some online math work that way. ScootPad is something that I'm going to test out this year as a replacement for IXL. So that'll become more clear as well, and any of this other stuff. So I just wanted you to notice that under student resources, if you click on it, this is the information that comes up, and that might be helpful to you. All right. I also have sections on frequently asked questions, yada, yada. I have some stuff on some interesting parenting articles and things I've read, especially with regard to technology usage. I have things about Math League if you're interested. One other thing I'm going to quick show you before I show you some things in Schoology is the Mca Resources. If your child says, I can't do anything because I don't have a calculator like we use at school, here's under this section on my website, here's a link to the online calculator, which will look exactly like what they get on the test. Unfortunately, you have to kind of hit start a few times and then come up here. So for 6th and 7th grade, this calculator is here, and you can use it. It does not work on phones, and I'm not sure if on tablets it works or not. You'd have to test that. So you physically have to be on a laptop or a computer, but at least it's there. And if you have if you have a student, a high school student, and you haven't been able to secure that graphing calculator yet, I also have that link here because this is the calculator that students will see on their 8th grade math MCA test as well as the 11th grade one. And so it's right here and you can use that. Again, though, it doesn't work on a phone. Sorry. They just haven't got that supported yet. So, but I wanted you to at least see that. Okay. Now, a few other things that I want to show you. Schoology is a great resource that we use this year. And I want to show you a few things. You'll be getting your own login information as a parent, but most of your students now are in here. Uh, and most of us as teachers now are trying to put a lot of our information out here for them. So I encourage you when you have the chance to get Schoology, have your students sign in so they can show you a few things and you can look for a few things. For actual courses, they'll probably have a whole bunch of things listed here, and then there'll be specific information there. For example, I in my pre-algebra class, when I teach math, I will have things listed on here. And for example, for subtracting integers, if they click on it to view, it'll tell what the assignment was. There is an instructional video from me that will go through their notes. That's kind of handy. But the other thing I really wanted to show you is up here in the top, there's this little calendar thing. And although mine will look different than your students, but take a look at what's here and it kind of goes through every class for your student and having things on there. Now, we as teachers are just getting started on this and not everyone is comfortable and familiar with using it totally yet. But our goal is to at least put on tests and projects so that if you're at home or your student is at home and they can't remember, here's one place where most things will be located. And it's before they get in the grade book. You can look ahead a little bit and go from there. All right. So I wanted to just give you a heads up on a few of those things so that you can see what it looks like. For math, also our online textbook that the students can use also have some great resources, like if they forgot their book at school, they can log on. If they have online, some way to get online, they can log in and get access. Now, what your student would see would be these middle yellow things here. I'm using my account, so you see other things, and kind of an electronic notebook here. But if you basically just click on Student Edition, then it'll give you this, it'll go right into the book, and you have all page numbers here. All right. And so let's say they forgot, their textbook at school, but you know what the assignment was. So for example, if I get into like when we were doing subtracting integers the other day, here's the pages. It's all right there. And using this middle button, it also is hot linked to additional videos. So wherever you see this math on the spot, in the online version, you can just click on this and it goes right to Professor Berger, who will go through and explain every single example in the textbook to kind of support that. All right, so that's kind of a cool resource. Here's some extra practice. If you click on that animated math, that's kind of nice. And the personal math trainer, sometimes I'll put some things in there, but it's also just a quick 4-question thing that you can have them run through as well. Okay, in their physical paper textbook, instead of having this little like old-fashioned TV on there, it's actually a QR code. So if you have a tablet, a computer, or a phone that you download a QR reader app on there, that would also take you directly to the videos. Okay, so I just wanted to give you a brief overview of some things so that you as a parent can be as supportive and helpful to get your student able to be more independent and navigate this whole crazy thing called 7th grade and middle school. Great. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped.